Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, sister. I'm so pleased again to be here this year. This is the 5th year, and so happy to see so many of you again this year celebrating what happened after the month of the attack. Yes, it is with sadness that we have lost Makram Ali, our beloved brother. His family is here somewhere, and we had over 12 people injured. It is with sadness, but subhanallah, the love and the kindness we have seen after the atrocity is unbelievable. I have seen people who I never met before come and give me a hug. People in tears saying to me, it wasn't under our name. The love, the flowers, the teddy bears we have seen at Muslim Affair House was huge. We had to bring a big van to take it away. Subhanallah, this unity, this togetherness, this love is unique. It exists, alhamdulillah, in Finsbury Park. We need to send it as a message to others that no racism, no Islamophobia, no anti-Semitism is accepted anywhere in the UK. Not just in Finsbury Park, anywhere is not tolerated. MashaAllah, the community of Finsbury Park have come together, show that love and kindness. We need to show them again, and we need to spread out those messages of love, no hatred. Those messages are so strong that really represent the many, you, and do not represent the few who are unfortunately racist. But we need to tell them, come and join us together today. Share a meal with us, whether Christian or Muslim or Jews or from non-religion. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is our unity, our togetherness. The work still a long way ahead of us. We need to work together, as we are stronger together, no doubt. We need to work to create a world where everybody is treated with dignity. Everybody is treated with equality. There is no difference between us, regardless of our faith, our color, regardless of our background. So this world can only be created by you and me, join effort together and working together to achieve it. Thank you very much once again.
Councillor Marianne Spall.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this year's Finsbury Park Street Iftar. I would like to say a massive thank you to the Finsbury Park Mosque, Muslim Welfare House and Islamic Relief for organising today's event. Islington is home to people from many different religions, faiths and backgrounds, and as Mayor, that is something that makes me very proud. It is great to see so many people here of all faiths and none, as I would like to extend a particularly warm welcome to members of Islington's Muslim community. This history of this street attack is very poignant, having been held in June 2017 after the Finsbury Park terror attack. I think that coming together like this is an important reminder of the strength of Islington's communities and the role that we can all play in creating a more equal society. It is a great honour to be here to share in this meal with you. Thank you, Ramadan Mubarak.
Hi, good evening everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing community event. I'm so proud to be the leader of Islington Council. We're a place that is full of diversity. 40% of people living in Islington were not born here, and much more than that, many of the people who do live here, even in the other 60%, their parents were born somewhere else. And we see that diversity as a real strength in Islington, and a major part of that strength is our Muslim community. We couldn't be prouder of how wonderful the mosque and Muslim Welfare House and the local community, the local Muslim community, have contributed to our borough. We saw during the pandemic how they rallied round, created a vaccination centre right here. We're out in the street giving people masks. That's active love and community spirit. We see it, of course, we saw it very sadly after the death of Makram Ali and the Finsbury Park terrorist attack, which sought to divide our community but only made it stronger. And this evening tonight is a real dedication and show of that. But I have to also say that even this year, when times have been really hard for people because of the cost of living crisis, once again, the Muslim community has stood up, made thousands of pounds of donation, have had food hubs right here giving out to people and making sure that everyone, regardless of their faith, has a warm meal to eat regularly. And really sadly, after the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, which have affected so many of our community, it was beautiful once again to see out of those dark times, out of those tragedies, that it was the Muslim community that wrapped around, sent donations, sent goods, and raised loads of money. And I know that that is because one of the core tenements of being Muslim is peace, love, and charity. And I believe that full-heartedly is in the spirit of what Islington is meant to be. And sadly, we know that that's not the case everywhere, that Islington is beautiful and it is special. And I know that the Tory government at the moment is trying to do all it can to tear our love and hope down. But we won't let it happen. I don't care what they say about revising the Prevent agenda or what they say about desperate people fleeing wars and conflict around the world. This is a borough of sanctuary, now and always. So you should be really proud that you're part of Islington, because we're really proud of you. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Lovely to see you all, and Ramadan Kareem. I hope that you're looking forward to your meal and breaking the fast, and that you're using this period to step back from everyday life to give yourself some time to reflect. Commiserations to people who are still working every hour God gives you. But for those of us who have got a little bit of time in our lives to reflect on what it means at this time as we go into the spring, that sense of new life, maybe we can reflect on how faith can encourage us to look after the environment, to keep our area looking good, and also to look after each other. On my way here tonight, I stopped by the Trussell Trust to talk to them about the universal credit, because we've had a new allowance top up, and they tell me it's still not enough due to the high rate of inflation. So there's even more reason to come together as a community and to help one another. It's so important to have places like this, and the same with our churches, synagogues, and also Gurdwara, places where the community can pull together and lend a helping hand. We've already talked about the terrible earthquake in Syria and Turkey, but we're also thinking about other hotspots in the world. There's a lot of politics at the moment in Pakistan. There's a lot of great worries, of course, in Ukraine with the attack there from Russia. These are areas where we must hold these areas in our thoughts as we have our Ramadan and as we have our other faith community worship, to remember the important message of peace, but also that testimony to equality and sharing and being in a community where there's no want, there's no hunger, there's no loneliness, and that we all look out for disabled people. Disabled people are particularly badly affected in the last few years due to the cost of living. And I know each of you cares for a disabled person, a neighbour or a relative, and thank you for all that you do in that. One final thought is, as we go into a period of reflection, let's think about being inspired to have awe, or the awesomeness of our planet. The first woman who went to space said she couldn't believe how she was struck by that sense of awe when she looked at the Earth. And this Earth needs protecting. So as we go into a period now of breaking the fast with the dates and then going into prayer, let's try and think of the awesomeness of this planet and the challenge to peace, equality and justice. Thank you.
And we are also in the Jewish festival of Passover. So we will be hearing from some of our friends now. So I would like to introduce Reverend Jennifer Potter from the Islington Faith Forum.
Assalamu alaikum, friends. I'm here not only on my own behalf, but on behalf of the chair and the members of the Islington Faiths Forum. We have been overjoyed to be associated with Muslim Welfare House and Finsbury Park Mosque over the years of them doing so much good work. I wish you all Ramadan Mubarak, and may your celebrations of this fasting month bring joy and peace to your lives. Other speakers have mentioned what difficult times we live in. Times of war, times of natural disaster, times when we're not sure what climate change is going to do to our world. It would be very easy for all of us, people of faith and people of no faith, to despair, to lose hope. But to despair is to be disloyal to our faith, to give up on our faith. Because whether we are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, or of any other faith, we are above all people of hope. And in order to have that hope, we act on that hope. This iftar this evening is an action of hope, bringing people together. And that is so wonderful. We need to bring hope in our society here in Islington and to our communities around the rest of the country. May I wish you well for this evening and for the rest of this season. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum, or as we say in Hebrew, Shalom Aleichem. It's really a wonderful pleasure to be here, and thank you to Mohammed Kosbar for inviting me to represent the Jewish community celebrating Iftar tonight. I'm part of the Islington Faith Forum, where we all meet together and think about how we can build better bridges to improve our local community. And as I was thinking what to say, I was remembering the words of King David HaMelech, who wrote in the book of Psalms, Hine matov u'manaim shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasant it is when siblings sit down together. I believe that we are all children of God. We are all children of God, and what makes a parent happy? It makes a parent happy to see their children sitting together. When they sit together, when they share food together, when they're happy to be in each other's company, that makes a parent happy. And so I hope that being together is good for us, and it makes God happy to see us siblings sharing food together. As you heard, tomorrow night is the beginning of the festival of Pesach, the festival of Passover, where Jewish people remember how we were slaves in Egypt thousands of years ago and how God freed us. It's important for us to remember, and one of the reasons I'm here is because it's important that for any of us to be free, we all have to be free. Freedom comes from us all working together. It's not enough for me to look after myself. We have to look after each other. When that awful terrorist attack happened outside Muslim Welfare House, my community came, we handed out food and water. It was our pleasure and our privilege to be able to support you in those times, because we think that when the time comes, you'll support us. And that's how the world will improve. We all take care of one another. We all work together. May this season inspire us all to bring peace to the entire world. I wish you all a Ramadan Mubarak.
Salam alaikum, friends. Thank you for inviting me here tonight to join you on this beautiful, beautiful evening. The Finsbury Park Mosque and Muslim Welfare House Street Iftar is rapidly becoming a much loved part of the community calendar here in Islington. As an inclusive and interfaith event. Ramadan is an expression of love and solidarity with the family of Makram Ali, who lost his life in the terrible terrorist attack in 2017, just down the road. And in the context of rising division and extremism at a national level in our politics, it is so important that here in Islington, we can rely on our communities to come together in peace and solidarity and welcome. Now, I know everyone is ready at the end of a day of fasting and reflection for all of us to move on and stop speaking. So I just say Ramadan Mubarak to all of you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jack May Robinson and I'm the new neighbourhood superintendent for Islington, having only arrived last week. Previously, we had a superintendent who oversaw both Camden and the Islington neighbourhoods combined. However, in the new model, I'll be able to give more attention and focus to the needs of the communities of Islington. I would like to thank Mr. Mohammed Kosbar for the kind invitation to attend this evening. I bring best wishes from our BCU Commander, Chief Superintendent Andy Carter, and the rest of the leadership team. This is my first iftar, and I'm very humbled to be here with you and for the opportunity to break your fast with you. I know that iftar brings blessings to those who have fasted, and I hope that your prayers at this time will help me in my work. Prayer and fasting not only gives time to listen to God, but time to listen to each other. My aim in my new role is to listen to you as much as I can so that I can help the communities feel safe. Good community relations are central to my role. I want to hear your stories. It is important that you all tell us where you feel unsafe or where you feel threatened. Hate crime is not okay. We are all committed to a fairer, more understanding, peaceful and inclusive society where hatred, prejudice and divisive attitudes and behaviour are not tolerated. Please involve me and my team in the events and gatherings. We would like to get to know you all better. We want to know your priorities and your focus. So once again, a huge thank you for the invite, and I look forward to building on relationships of the forthcoming weeks, months and years. Thank you.
Showing up, but most importantly for your generosity. Without your generosity, we wouldn't be able to do the work that we do. We've heard a little bit about some of the crises facing people, not only around the world, but here in the UK. Of course, as an international NGO going back nearly 40 years, our work has been predominantly abroad, most recently with responding to the Syrian Turkey earthquake. Actually, I was here on the first Friday at Jummah, and the response from the community here was incredible. I have to say, I was really, really touched. People were queuing up the street in order to be able to donate, and that was fantastic. So thank you. And of course our work here in the UK goes on as we respond and help to support those communities dealing with the cost of living crisis. It's an ever-changing reality for so many communities, and so many people are facing the stark side of poverty. But thanks to you, we're able to do the work that we can to support them. We know much more is needed to be done, and that's why we continue to ask for government to do more. But you help us to achieve so much by supporting those people. Now, I think we're ready to have the dua from someone. So I am going to call up the Qari. Now, what I'm going to do is actually make a quick announcement, because he's going to be here leading Isha prayer this evening, which is going to be at 9:20 p.m. at Finsbury Park Mosque. So if you are here, I would suggest sticking around. But before we break our fast, it is customary for us to make a prayer or a dua, which is an opportunity for us to give thanks for the fasting day that we've just experienced. So I'm going to hand over, and you will then hear the call to prayer.
اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا اللهم فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت اللهم أعد علينا رمضان مرات عديدة وكرات مديدة اللهم تقبل صلاتنا اللهم تقبل صيامنا اللهم اجمع كلمتنا يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين إنك على كل شيء قدير وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
Hi everyone. Hi. Just a few announcements before we have the adhan for the breakfast. Inshallah ta'ala, after the adhan, we would like everyone who would like to pray from the Muslim community to go inside the mosque, inshallah ta'ala. So our beloved Sheikh will lead the prayer, the Maghrib prayer. So please go to the top floor. We will have to open the whole mosque because we think we have a big number of people. So please go to the top floor to pray Jama'ah with the Sheikh, inshallah ta'ala, straight after the adhan. You can break your fast, you can have a drink and probably a date. And after that, if you go to the top floor to pray, and then we leave the street to our friends, to our local community who will be having the food and waiting for you to come back. But please make sure you go straight after you break your iftar, inshallah ta'ala, to pray Maghrib together, inshallah ta'ala, Jama'ah. And then we come after that, there will be about 10 points distribution of food. So you can please have a queue, be in the queue, and then the volunteers will make sure that you have your food from these points. There is a vegetarian food if you want, or as well there is other foods. So hopefully it is a delicious one, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. And we will all together sit on the street having food together and enjoying the evening, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khair, and may Allah reward you all, and see you after Maghrib, inshallah. We need to make spaces for everyone, please. Try to make spaces for everyone. Thank you very much.
La vitesse.
Were you on the left or right?
ما شاء الله ما انتم
اخبار مصيبه اخبار مزيمات الحمد لله
مبارك وحق سوق قبلي حفله oo lagu dhigayo sijaajka Finsbury oo bisha Ramadaan oo lagu cazumay muslim iyo qofka aan muslim ahayn marka ma sha Allah aad ugu faraxsanahay
sanadkii ma khatway intii socod
kii shanaad waay
sanadkii shanaad الحمد لله
ربنا واكنا walaalkeena si Ramadaan mubaarak leenahay ma sha Allah sir waxay
This way.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ما أنتم فرح سنة هاي حفلة رمضان كأنك سوق يبدأ وحالو عز بين المسلم أيضا المسلم هنا. مركز الصومالي كمونيتي شرف إنه تحي هنا أما كسوق يبدأ ما شاء الله هذا فرح سنة.
We'll start in 10 seconds. If you can just set the... أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
نعم لا اله الا الله محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم رب هذه الدعوه التامه والصلاه القائمه في سيدنا محمد Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't know, I'm looking for dates.
Right, brothers, sisters, those who would like to pray now, please, if you can go to the mosque, to the top floor and other floors, and we will come back after prayers. Please, brothers, sisters, if you